right, we can get started. So, hello everyone. So welcome to Trivy Office Hours for June. If this is your first time, this is basically an opportunity to chat with the people behind Trivy. This is us. And we will walk through the latest release, first of all, and introduce some new features, and also give you the opportunity to ask questions, make comments, discuss whatever you want about Trivy. And this meeting happens once a month, so if you want to join next month, just make sure to join the Slack community for Trivy. You can go to slack.aquasec.com and then you can join the Trivy channel. Also, if you follow the Trivy Twitter account, you can get notified for the next meetings as well. So, to get started, I wanted to share a quick change that we're experimenting with in Trivy. Just 1 second, share the screen. Right, so this is Trivy, and so one thing that we started to do in the past month or so is to start using discussions, GitHub discussions more heavily, and we revised the flow of contribution so that we want everything to start as a discussion now. So for example, if you have a feature request, an idea, a suggestion, a bug report, anything you want to communicate with us, you just go to discussions first, and then you see the categories here on the side. So you can create a discussion about, let's say, an idea, something you would like to suggest to do in Trivy. Just write out your idea here, and it will create a discussion. You can see that there are already many discussions here. So, for example, we can look at one of the discussions, and we can discuss it. And after we understand the scope of the problem and we refine it a little bit, we can create an issue from it. And the issue will be an actual work item that we will implement. So I wanted to just say this because a lot of people instinctively go to issues and try to create an issue first. If you would do that, we would redirect you back to discussions. So that's just how we want to experiment with the flow right now. Just a quick note about that. Also in discussions, this is not new, but we have had the announcement category for every new release, and today we will discuss the 042 release. You can see the release notes here, but Han and Tepe here will walk you through that now. So, who wants to start? Actually, I should maybe pause here for a second and ask the people who joined us. I see one of them left, but if you have any questions, feel free to interrupt or just drop in. You cannot share? Not? Just a second. Okay, try now.
Okay, so I wanted to share this nice capability been added to Trivy in the latest 0.42 release. This capability enables us as part of infrastructure scaling, and, or if you want to create a cluster compliance report on the Kubernetes, under Kubernetes scope. In some cases, for example, if you're using cloud environment where there is the node is serverless, for example, AWS Fargate, and we can't access actually the node. So there is a need to exclude one of the nodes. Okay, so this is something we got from the community. Users will add several nodes, one of them was serverless, and you needed to disable scanning for this specific node. So we couldn't do that, now we can. So this is an example of reports where you can see at the bottom, this is the result of infra assessment. And you can see there is a node which is scanned, and then we get the scan result on the side. And now we added the capability based on node labels. Okay, so first we need to detect which is the node, which one is the node that we want to exclude by label. So let's take a look at this node, for example. If I want to exclude it, I'll take a look, for example, if there's a unique label or if I can add labels to it and decide disable based on it. So these are the labels on the nodes. Okay, and for example, I can choose to exclude the node, let's say, based on the architecture ARM64 label. So I can run Trivy and exclude it by label, the node, and the node will be excluded from infra assessment scanning. Okay, simple as that. We're adding the -- exclude node flag with the node label. By the way, we can add several labels, not just one, like if you want combination. We run the report again, and we'll see the results will come out without these node results. So this is very useful, as I mentioned, especially if you are using cloud environment with serverless or any other node which we don't want to participate in the infra assessment scanning, or we don't want to produce compliance report for it. It's very useful. And now we get the same report, but without the node results. Okay, and this is what we wanted to have. Okay, so this is the first thing. The second thing I wanted to share, it's not sure. Second thing I wanted to share is the capability we added to Trivy operator. Okay, so we added another capability for using ECR. This is for the Azure users. Okay, in the Azure there is the ability to use the workload identity in order to scan images from private registry. I'm talking about ACR specifically. Okay, we are talking about Azure. So the workload identity provides us the ability to a little bit change add annotation or change the deployment of our service account and the scan job, and we can automatically detect the credential that we need in order to scan the image from ECR without providing secrets, without needs to add anything. So it's following to the workload identity support in Azure. This can be done on a managed cluster or non-managed cluster. One important thing we need, this is, again, everything is based on the instruction coming from Azure. We need to deploy the mutation, admission, webhook. This mutation basically inject the relevant information that Trivy can use in order to pull the image from ACR. All we need to do in terms of Trivy operator is adding these two labels to the service account, which is client ID and tenant ID. So these two annotation and this one label, Azure workload identity true. Okay, so this two annotation and this label. Okay, and run the Helm chart with this parameter. Okay, so we support this configuration pod template label. We edit the value Azure workload identity use equal to. Once we add these three things, okay, automatically Trivy operator together with Trivy will know how to fetch the credential and scan the images from ACR without the need to provide any credential or any, if we don't want to reveal, if we have already in-company definition for service account and principal token, so it can be used, no need to do anything else. Okay, if we need information, you can address me in private, I can explain it. Thank you.
All right, great. So thanks. This was the news from the Kubernetes side of the house. I see some more people join in the meantime. If you have any questions, feel free to unmute yourself and join the conversation. And Tepe.
Yes. First of all, I'll talk about the new subcommand, convert, Trivy convert. Actually, this is like a replacement of the multiple outputs. We got a lot of requests on generating Trivy reports in a different formats, like scanning container image and generate JSON and table, I don't know, the Sarif, SBOM in different formats. We had a long discussion, but after all, we decided to add a new subcommand, convert, because multiple outputs can get complicated. So for now, you can use the convert. So first of all, you generate Trivy JSON with the image or file system repository subcommand. Please note that Kubernetes and AWS scanning are not supported yet. So yeah, so I'll show the demo. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, first of all, you just scan container image for vulnerabilities, and you will see results. And next, generate the JSON report with the ---- format JSON flag and the ---- output. Then now the Debian 11.json is stored locally, and this is the JSON file. It's like a normal one, you know. Has the vulnerabilities and OS information, package information. So now you can convert this JSON into a different format, like Cyclone DX, SBOM, or Sarif or other formats. It's simple, just the same flags with a different subcommand, convert, to convert something. Yeah. ---- format, you can specify the format, and also you can add additional filtering like ---- stability. For example, the JSON includes everything, like all vulnerabilities, but you want to see only critical vulnerabilities in table, you can pass the ---- stability or ---- ignore unfixed. Any filtering can be also applied to the JSON file. So for example, you can have the two different JSON, the full JSON with only critical vulnerability JSON or something like that. So this is the first one.
So maybe if we can expand on the motivation to add this, because it started, as you said, with the issue for multiple outputs. Why did people want multiple outputs? Because they wanted, for example, to in the same pipeline to maybe scan the image for vulnerabilities and also generate an SBOM, and also maybe scan and generate a Sarif in order to send to another system. And previously, we had to run Trivy multiple times in order to generate the multiple outputs, right? And the concern was that it's inefficient to run Trivy many times scanning the same image because I just want several different outputs from it. So it started with a discussion in GitHub about can Trivy support multiple outputs in one run, and then we provided this alternative solution that you can scan the image once, capture the result of the scan in raw format, and then you can manipulate this this result into any any format that you want without paying the cost of another scan. It's not going to be another scan, it's just reformatting the output. So just to clarify the use case for this.
And next, we added a new CLI flag, minus image source, because Trivy tries to look for search for the image in the locally first and the next registry. And also Trivy supports Docker and the Postman and the containerd. So Trivy tries to search for the image in locally, containerd, Postman, then registry. So we have 4 image sources. But what if you want to scan the image in the registries only? You just want to skip images locally? Then maybe, or you can just change the priority, and this flag supports enabling only the specific image sources, or change the priority, whatever. This example, Trivy scans the image named test. Trivy image test. This is the image name, and it's Alpine 3.17, and it has 4 vulnerabilities. And this image is present in the Docker daemon, local Docker engine. So if I run the Docker images test, you will find the test image. And next, I just skip the Docker daemon with the image source flag. It's a new one. And remote means remote registries. Then it will fail because Docker Hub doesn't have this image name. So Trivy didn't find this image name, so it failed. Also, you can specify a Postman and containerd, the other container runtimes. It also fails because my local environment doesn't have a containerd and Postman. So, and also we can remove, change the order in the priority. If I pass the Docker, yes, of course, it will be successfully done. So simple, that's it. I think that's it from my end.
Cool, thank you. Just another pause to see if there is any question, or if there is any other topic that you'd like to discuss. All right, and if not, then I guess that is what's new with Trivy this month. Just a reminder that you can join the Slack community to discuss anything about Trivy if you go to slack.aquasec.com, or follow Trivy on Twitter if you find us as Aquasec. AquaTrivy on Twitter. And I guess until the next time, I'll see you then. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.